Welcome to Chocolate Hazelnut Podcast. My name's Chocolate.
And I'm Hazelnut.
And welcome to our show. Today we have an interesting one for you. We're going to start out with a video. I'm going to let Hazelnut introduce it.
All right, you guys. So as many of you know, online dating is a big thing. Folks talk about their profiles and whatnot. So today we have a very interesting one that we're going to dive into. We're not going to go into details just yet. We're going to go ahead and watch this clip.
So I always see people post Tinder profiles of men online. But let's look at this woman. She's 21. She's a sandwich maker, whatever that means. She says, "Where should I start?" Well, let's just say I am finally tired.
With some lotion on them knees.
I give up on the fact decent monogamous relationships exist in today's times. Tired of men acting like dogs and pigs, I am trying to get in shape and getting my life together. I like being in control, so only decent men need to apply. Also, I have 3 kids and twins on the way. Serious guys only. No hookups or asking for nudes. I am a fun-loving woman. Patient, calm, and honesty is key. Bonus points if you are 6 foot and in good shape.
That's a lot to unpack.
So, nothing wrong with being a sandwich maker.
Nothing.
A job is a job.
Yep.
But she's about to have 5 kids. She left out a lot of details that I would have to ask her, like, are all 3 of the kids that you have now by the same person that you're having twins by? If not, that goes to your decision making. I can give you 2 guys, 4 or 5 kids, depending on the circumstance. But
she's 21 though.
I got that. That's where I'm headed. But I have to think about your life decision. Probably no. She probably started without using condoms, which is a double-edged sword there.
The other thing is, at 21 with 3 kids and another 2 on the way, my biggest question is, did you even graduate high school?
My thing is, this goes to her decision making. But the other thing is, she says she likes to be in control. That means she's not compromising, that she doesn't like to listen to anyone else, which has gotten her in the situation that she is. She doesn't want to be a booty call, but in all honesty,
that's all she's
going to be getting in her DMs. And based off of the profile picture of them thighs, them knees, and them ankles, ain't nobody asking for nudes.
Well, I would say they are, because I don't know what her face looked like based on this picture, but I mean, literally, she might have a really cute face, and when she's dressed up and everything, she might be a cute, curvy girl like they try to say, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of guys who will prey on girls like her. 1, she's young. 2, she might be insecure with her body. I don't like the use of
that word, prey on.
And I'm saying it that way because I'm not saying it's all guys, but there is a good number of guys, and a lot of bigger women will tell you they've had these experiences where men want them to just sleep with, but they don't want to have a relationship with them, or they don't want to be seen out in public with them. They're like that dirty little secret, so to speak, and that's why I use the word prey. Not saying that that's what's happening all the time, but a lot of women that are bigger have had a lot of those experiences, which only further kind of damages their self-esteem and all kind of other stuff.
I still don't like that word prey. They're not forced to be in that relationship. They're not even forced to be the dirty little secret. They realize they're the dirty little secret, and they allow it to happen in their life. Therefore, they're not being preyed upon. Yes, their self-esteem may be low, but they're not forced to stick in a situation that they don't want to be in.
No, they're not forced to stay there. And but like anybody in an abusive relationship, nobody goes into a relationship thinking like, oh, let me go get with this guy and I know he's abusive, but I'm going to stick it out anyway. No, guys who are abusers, and this can be the other way around because women abuse guys just as often, but people who are abusers find people, prey, their victims, who have certain traits and things like that, where they can then manipulate them into being the victim so they can be the perpetrator.
I can't give you that one because being a dirty little secret doesn't make you a victim.
I didn't say it did. I'm just saying the way...
Allowing yourself to be manipulated, even if the person's good at what they're doing, and not treating you the way you want to, yes, you can walk out of a situation. A lot of people allow it to happen. Okay. But in this situation, like with her, if someone was to keep her as a dirty little secret, she has the choice to get in and out of that relationship at will. She's not forced to stay in there. Therefore, she's not a prey or a victim.
All right. So, but we're getting off topic here.
No, that's perfectly good with this topic today. It fits in, and it fits in because you brought up another aspect of the situation in which she views herself. As she says, she's not for news. She's a fun-loving woman. She's not trying to be used for sex. You brought up that part of the...
Okay. But I wanted to go back to the part of her being 21 with 3 kids already. So let me just say, and I will be very generous here, although I have a feeling that I'm wrong. Let's just say she had her first kid at 18, meaning that she got pregnant at 17. She had her first kid at 18. So if you had your first kid at 18 and you're now 21 and you got 3 kids, that means you have had a kid every year back to back.
Well, you know, then, that's not that uncommon right now. A lot of people have 3 kids by the time they're 21 and 22 these days.
But then the other thing is, if that's the case, if you graduated high school, and I hope you did, you more than likely did not go to any type of post-high school education.
That's not even important in her dating profile, because
the reason why I'm bringing this up is this, because me thinking, like, even if I was a guy, if I read this profile and I saw, and with all this information here, this is the way that I would analyze it, because I'm not even necessarily worried about how she looked at this point. I'm more so worried about the economics of it, because at 21 with 3 kids, especially in the way that today's market is, like, there's a statistic that came out recently that says it costs $300,000 to raise 1 child in America today, right? Mm-hmm. So $300,000 for 1 kid, you got 3 already.
That's
a lot of money.
That's $1 million.
Plus, you still got 2 more kids on the way.
So she got $1.5 million worth of kids.
So that's why I'm bringing up the education aspect, because I'm looking at the economics. Because as a guy, even if she says she's a sandwich maker, so you know you're getting by.
So and that's for middle class income, just so you know.
That's my point. So with all of that being said, you are expecting a man to come to you with all of this extra that you're bringing. You're not bringing a lot of anything to the table besides kids, bills, and headaches. But you're saying bonus points if you're 6 foot and in good shape.
Well, she's in shape of a freaking circle.
Okay, we're not going to talk about it like that. But I get your point.
I'm going to talk about her like that because she brought it to herself when she said 6 foot in good shape. If you're going to require somebody to be fit on a fitness level, you need to match that.
I mean...
And I'm guilty of that myself, being a not so fit guy. I like a woman who's fit, but I realize that in order to get one, I have to get myself in shape and get that athletic build that I want in that female. But at the same time, when I say fit, it's not just physically. I want you to be mentally and spiritually fit as well. So it's more well-rounded. So you have to be able to bring that to the table. If she's a heavier set woman with the 3 kids, 2 on the way, you're trying to get yourself in shape. Are you just trying to get yourself in physical shape? Are you trying to get yourself in emotional shape? Are you trying to get yourself in spiritual shape? What are you doing to get yourself in shape? Is it more than just going to the gym? Are you talking to therapists, counselors? Are you seeking spiritual guidance from a higher, someone who can help guide you through your process? What are you doing to better yourself? Are you seeking to build on your skills, like you said, post-secondary education, whether it's college, junior college, you're picking up a trade. What are you doing? Are you trying to actively move up in your sandwich shop, become a manager, assistant manager, to eventually franchise and get your own? What are you doing? Are you learning from those above you? Or are you just saying, I do this job, I know what I'm doing, I'm good at what I do, so there's nothing I need to learn? You don't want to learn what it takes to run the business. You just want to know how to be the person at the front and the face that they see. You don't want to learn the back office job. what are you doing to make yourself better? She says she's trying to get herself in shape. Is that just physically?
More than likely in this scenario, it's probably just physically. And I'm gonna tell you, I genuinely don't even think that she's thinking along the rest of everything that you said. Although I agree it's important, but at 21 years old, and 3 kids already, she is. She don't have time to be going to a therapist. She don't have time to be trying to do all this spiritual healing and stuff. She's just trying to make
She has time. You have time for whatever you want to make time for.
I'm gonna say this.
Being a parent is a 24-hour job. Yes, I get that. But if you want to get yourself, if you want to get yourself in shape, whether it's physically, spiritually, emotionally, you can make the time.
I'm not saying that it's not possible. What I'm saying is she has a mentality of a 21-year-old. Think back to when you were 21. When you were 21, you wanted to have fun, you were happy with having the bills paid, and you were going about your life doing what you needed to do. Now you take that and you add 3 kids on top of it. She's in survival mode. She is happy that her kids are getting fed, her bills are paid, that she can come and go when she wants to. She got money for her nails and hair and whatever else because she got to look some type of decent to be able to keep getting pregnant. So that's where her mind is at. Her mind is not necessarily on trying to, make sure that she's spiritually and mentally in a better place. Even though clearly she has some trauma that she is trying to heal through being with the wrong people. That is resulting in all these kids.
I'm all correct. She don't have to look good to have that many kids. She just got to be available for a hookup. Let's just be 100%.
All right. Well, the point is though,
men, we can pull a woman that's a 10 and we can pull one that's a 2, and we're gonna treat them both the same.
Okay, but the point of all of that is to say that I get your point that all the rest of that is important, but at 21, I honestly don't feel like she's mentally mature enough to even think on those levels. And to further that point is that research has proven that your brain is not fully complete until you're 25. Specifically your prefrontal cortex. So at 21, her brain isn't fully developed anyway. So
I got that, but at this point, fully developed or not, she's a parent. She has to go about her grown woman. But
agreed.
Her dating profile, be honest with you, she didn't give many specifics as to what she wants. She don't want to be looked at as a hookup. Unfortunately, most guys who see her will look at her as a hookup.
I mean, honestly though, like most guys who look at her are not are going to want anything serious, especially in their 20s, because you already like coming to the table, you got 5 kids that don't belong to him. Then you're not in the best shape. Then you don't have a great job. Like literally you are nothing but liability after liability after liability, other than being available for a hookup.
The great job isn't necessary if she didn't have the 3 kids and she.
I know if that wasn't the point.
If she don't look the way she look, her mentality is just on this. It says that she needs a lot of guidance.
Hence the liability.
Oh, the liability come when she said she got 3 kids and twins on the way. Right there, as a guy, that's just like, oh man. X, let's go.
And let's
what your girl Beyonce said, to the left.
Let's just assume she only has one father for all 5 of the kids. Let's assume that. If that's the case, 1, why aren't you with him, or where is he? And 2, if that is the case, now whatever guy that's coming in has to not only deal with you and raising 5 kids who are really small. Because there's no way that you have any kid that's over maybe 5 years old.
Well, she might have a 10-year-old.
If she had a 10-year-old, Jesus help her.
I had people that I went to school with that had babies in 6th grade, so that's not that uncommon. They got kids.
That is uncommon.
That's not.
In today's America, yes, it is.
It's not.
Okay, but I won't. I'll say I have to look up that statistic, but we'll go with it. It's common, but
because. Think about when you was a sophomore in high school, how many girls you saw walking around pregnant?
2.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You went to a stuck-up Prissy High School. I forgot.
I did not.
You did. You might as well went to a private school. You probably went to a high school where the girl got pregnant. They shipped her off overseas somewhere and come back. Like, girl, where were you last year? Oh, I moved. I did a apprenticeship overseas. I had a scholarship. I went abroad, not knowing that her little cousin, little sister is her child. You probably had
I don't know about all of that, but anywho, I think it depends on your area, so I'll give you that. But long story short, though,
somebody
like
all up in
with
her
all
area.
of that, though, she literally she needs some guidance. She needs a lot of self-reflection and those type of things. I really truly wish her the best, and quite honestly, I feel like with 3 kids already, 2 more on the way, honey girl don't need to even be thinking about dating. I feel like more honestly she should be putting that energy into trying to self-improve her situation with her kids. Go to school, pick up a trade, do something to improve your economic life, because literally at the end of the day, no man, especially a quote unquote, how they say, how value man, is going to come and be like, oh, let me take care of you and your 5 kids and you don't have to worry about nothing.
I would just tell her, like you just said,
she's living
I would just say, focus on your kids, focus on bettering yourself and being an example. And if the father's in their life, hopefully they're doing the same thing. She didn't mention that. She didn't say they got a father to take care of them. I'm not looking for a stepdad or nothing, but she needs to focus on giving her kids the best life possible. Dating shouldn't even be an option for her at this time. That's the same thing I would tell a man who's struggling financially. You don't need to focus on dating. You need to focus on improving yourself. You need to focus on being the best example you can for your children. You need to focus on being the best example you can for your younger cousins. Show them what you did may have been a mistake, but it's not the mistake that defined you, but how you overcome it, how you improve, how you build on that, how you set goals. What she first needs to do is set a 1-year goal. Hey, I want to be eligible for this promotion within a year, be the lead sandwich maker. In 2 years, I want to be the supervisor. In a year after that, I want to be the manager. I want to be district manager. Move up. They offer post-education so that you can move up in the company and be trained as a manager, so I can get that manager job, that store manager, that district manager, regional manager. Set her goals. Move forward. If she don't want to go to college, don't want to get a trade, build yourself up within that company. Show them that you are capable of learning, capable of doing the job. Put yourself in a place to succeed. Succeed.
All right. Well, we've gone on and on this tangent. Let's go ahead and listen to this last little bit of the clip. And
it's not a tangent, it's a discussion.
I mean, tangent discussion, whatever. Because we were supposed to be in the middle of the screen, not over here to the side.
That part ain't even important.
It is. All right. Go ahead and press play.
Because most people are going to listen to this on audio anyway.
That's okay.
They don't know.
Now, everyone's entitled to want whatever it is that they want. But how you gonna get your ass online with 3 kids and 2 on the way? That's a total of 5 kids at the age of 21 looking for a serious guy on Tinder. You don't even have time for anything serious.
She right.
On Tinder? Don't you know Tinder is like one of the worst sites you can go for looking for a real relationship? That's like going to POF.
Actually, not necessarily, because a lot of dating sites list Tinder as a good dating site to meet potential spouses, which is kind of crazy.
What's the one they had for?
It's usually
for mistresses and husbands trying to cheat on their
Ashley
wife.
Madison.
Yeah, that to me that's what Tinder is, or it's almost like Backpage was before it got shut down.
Mm.
You know what Backpage is?
Yeah, I do actually.
It's for back shots.
But this is exactly why I tell people to stay away from dating sites. Either they're unhealed, unhinged, bored, already taken, or insecure.
Dang, she
Everybody
just said
on there is looking for a quick fix. And most of them don't need to be dating anyway. Leave your respectful thoughts and opinions in the comment section.
Man, she dropped the mic on that.
I think we need to backtrack a little bit. Let's hear that one more time. They are unhinged, broken, unhealed.
Nope. unhinged, bored, already taken, or insecure. Everybody on there is looking for a quick fix, and most of them don't need to be dating anyway.
That is a mouthful. Most of them don't need to be dating anyway.
Yeah, so she said a lot right there, and I honestly agree with her in a respect of like online dating. Not saying that it's necessarily terrible, because a lot of people have had success with it, and especially nowadays, people act like they don't know how to meet in person. But especially when you're very young and or as she said unhealed and broken and everything else, there is like online dating is a breeding ground for more severe traumatic experiences. And what I mean is to say is that people who are always having like bad experiences. Oh, all the guys that I meet are like this. All the girls are like that. This, that, and the third. When you're going on these dating websites and everything, you are more than likely going to be attracted to and or attract the same type of person over and over again until you heal yourself and can recognize what it is about you or what's in somebody else that you're attracted to. But those cycles tend to repeat and repeat, and so now instead of it being like, oh well, that was just that experience, now it's like, well, all of them are the same. And you're reaffirming negative stereotypes, negative beliefs, negative experiences, and that's only going to perpetuate the cycle to continue until you break it.
All right, with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share.